For the first time in forever, or at least since the Attitude Era, pro wrestling is enjoying its status as a cool form of entertainment. In WWE's case, the surge in popularity can be partially credited to superb storytelling and character presentation. While some casual fans might not see its importance, a performer's presentation goes a long way in how fans perceive them. For a handful of champions in the wrestling business today, their championship belt contributes to their presentation. With that in mind, it may be time for a couple of promotions to think about updating some of their championship belts. These specific championship belts that will be featured on this list are the ones that will benefit most from an updated design. Hello and welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and in today's video we're counting down 10 wrestling championships that need new designs in 2024. However, before we crack on with the list, I'd just like to firstly welcome you to Honor Wrestling Club. It really means a lot to us that you're here, and your support really does help out the channel. And if you are new here, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button down below to show your support for the channel. It really does help us keep motivated to make this fun content for you lovely viewers. Welcome to the club. Now, without further ado, we start the list with number 10, the Tag Team Championships in WWE, which were of desperate need of a revamp. These would have been much higher, and probably number 1 on this list had they not received lovely updates, especially the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. However, this list was made to showcase belts that started 2024 looking ugly, and ones that may end looking really nice if they listen to us and give us new belts. So, here we go. In 2010, WWE unveiled the most horrendous tag team titles ever. The bronze finish on the belts made them look like pennies on a strap. Something you'd win at like a Roman cosplay event in Vegas after 4 sambucas. In 2016, these titles were split between Raw and SmackDown, which once again led to new belts. The new belts came the same basic penny design, but saw the plates change to silver and the straps to red and blue respectively. While the silver plates did look better than the bronze ones, the design was still really bad. These particular title belts have long overstayed their welcome, with many fans having hated these belts for years, and the consensus among many fans is that it's time for them to be revamped. Thankfully, now that Triple H is calling the shots, WWE will once again feature stunning tag team championships like in previous eras. As we mentioned before we started this entry, WWE did actually unveil new tag team championships on the Raw after WrestleMania and the SmackDown after WrestleMania. In at number 9, we have the WWE Women's Championship, which deserves its own unique look. Today, women's wrestling is thriving more than ever before. It wasn't long ago that WWE's female talent was referred to as divas, and the entire division vied for a butterfly-inspired championship belt that looked like a dreadful sorority's initiation pledge. In 2016, the WWE Divas Championship finally ceased to exist and was replaced by the current WWE Women's Championship design. While the updated design was a big upgrade over the butterfly, it did have one pretty big flaw. The title was essentially just a smaller version of the men's WWE Championship on a white strap. Literally smaller as well for Alexa Bliss. The colour of the centre plate has changed a few times, but that doesn't really change the look of it to represent a stellar division. In number 8, we have the Continental Championship, which has never caught on, and is probably the older versions of the belt. Throughout the 80s and early 90s, WWE featured one of the most iconic and beloved championship belt designs ever. Reggie Park's WWE Intercontinental Championship design. That design was so good that WWE retired in 1998 and decided to bring it back for another run in 2011. In 2019, a new updated belt was introduced. Unlike the oval Intercontinental Championship that was introduced during the Attitude Era, this current design bears no resemblance to the classic IC title design. That may be part of the reason why it's never truly caught on with fans. The current title isn't bad looking per se, but it's hard to imagine any fans being sad to see it go. In number 6, we have the TNT Championship, which might be forced into a rebrand should television rights go a certain way. When AEW launched in 2019, the TNT Championship wasn't a part of their championship lineup. Eventually, after landing a television rights deal with Turner Broadcasting, AEW introduced its secondary title. While many fans expected something along the lines of a television championship, the TNT branding was a bit of an interesting choice. This is mainly because branding a major title with a television network's logo could get very messy if, say, one day a promotion gets booted off that network. Unfortunately, that scenario could become a reality for AEW if they aren't able to negotiate a new deal with Turner. With that in mind, rebranding the TNT Championship sooner rather than later may be a wise choice. In number 5, we have the TBS Championship, which could be in the same boat as the TNT Championship. While Tony Khan has contributed a lot to the wrestling business, he's also made some bad decisions that could prove problematic for AEW down the line. In 2022, AEW Dynamite was shifted from TNT to TBS. Instead of taking that as a warning of what could happen down the road if they were ever booted off Turner Broadcasting, Khan decided to double down and introduce a TBS Championship to the women's division. So now, if AEW's television deal isn't renewed, Khan will have 2 major championships in his company to rebrand. Not just one. This begs the question, why not just be proactive and rebrand now? Rebranding now would allow AEW to control the narrative and save face if a new television deal with Turner isn't reached. In number 4, we have the WWE United States Championship, which has always been a bit bulky. And the title's size almost makes it look like a toy. Some championship belt designs run their course and are due for an upgrade. This was true of the classic WWE United States Championship in 2020. By that point, the design had been around for nearly 20 years. While an updated design was necessary, the design WWE landed on wasn't exactly a home run. Don't get me wrong, the belt does have some redeeming qualities. The eagle on the centre plate and the US colours definitely make the belt pop. However, the belt specifically, the centre plate, is a bit bulky. Also, the size of the word champion on the centre plate almost seems exaggerated and laughable. A total revamp isn't absolutely necessary, as the design isn't terrible, but perhaps scaling down the centre plate a tad would give the belt a sleeker, more pleasing look. In number 3, this is arguably the worst looking IWGP Championship belt ever. Over the years, various promotions have presented some truly hideous looking championship belts. New Japan Pro Wrestling is certainly one of these promotions. Some early iterations of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship were oddly shaped and not at all pleasing to look at. Today, New Japan Pro Wrestling once again seems to be in a similar position with their IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. To put it simply, it looks far too much like a butterfly. It looks like someone slightly modified the shape of the old WWE Divas Championship and made it gold. And what's worse is the previous IWGP World Heavyweight Championship design was so iconic, so beloved, so beautiful, that it hasn't really helped this new title's case of getting over. Still, even without the old design in mind, this current version is hard to get on board with. Sure, the belt features elements of previous IWGP Heavyweight Championships, which makes it a bit nostalgic at least, but it's still not pleasing to look at. In at number 2, we have the NXT Championship, which has had one too many updates. In 2022, Vince McMahon decided he was going to, air quotes, save NXT, when it didn't really need saving. This meant rebranding the brand's look from top to bottom. To the surprise of absolutely nobody, McMahon's out-of-touch vision for the previous cutting-edge brand was to have bright neon colours to the logo, sexy women with big boobs, and get rid of all the midgets and bring in giants. And it changed the overall presentation from the sleek sort of indie developmental promotion it was to purely developmental promotion. changing the overall presentation to developing stars, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the way they went about it was baffling. Part of these changes as well included updating both the men's and women's NXT Championship belts with some colourful accents. It wasn't a major change, but it was enough to ruin the look of both belts, mainly the men's NXT Championship. Luckily, with Vince McMahon now gone, NXT has mostly reverted to its former cutting-edge self. However, the belts haven't been fixed and still feature the colourful accents. If a new NXT Championship design isn't in the works, then the old version should at least be restored. And in at number 1, we have the WWE Championship, which is long overdue an updated design. In 2005, John Cena won the WWE Championship and introduced the infamous and much maligned Spinner WWE Championship. Many younger fans loved the belt, while just about every wrestling purist hated the belt, claiming it looked like a child's toy. In 2013, The Rock finally closed the book on the WWE Spinner Championship and introduced an updated belt. That design was slightly tweaked in 2014 and has been slightly updated several times over the last decade. However, it may be time to think about a total revamp now that we're fully in the Paul Triple H Levesque era. WWE has always been the industry leader in terms of iconic championship belts, and it may be time to add another design into the mix, perhaps one with more of a Triple H influence. And secret bonus option here, a redesigned AEW World Championship might breathe new life into the promotion. It's no secret that AEW has been struggling on several levels over the past couple of years, really since Brawl Out in 2022. This is unfortunate because, at one point, AEW represent a beacon of hope for a lot of wrestling fans. The promotion started out red hot in 2019, but has significantly cooled down every year since. At this point, they struggle to fill arenas and consistently get under 1 million viewers a week for Dynamite, and quite regularly lose to NXT in the ratings. The reality is, things need to change in AEW. Maybe it's the storytelling or the presentation that's the problem, but something's got to change. Perhaps a redesigned AEW World Championship belt might help turn this momentum. The current design is fine, but it's nothing too special. Having a new top prize in the promotion might spark fan interest and win back a few lapsed fans. It's probably wishful thinking at this point, but it wouldn't hurt to try. But there's our list. So what do you think? What do you think is the title belt that's in most desperate need of a redesign? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you never miss out on any of the fun content we produce here at Honor Wrestling Club. Be sure to share this video around with your friends, get them in on the conversation and see which belts they think need redesigning as well. However, until next time, I'd just like to thank you for watching and welcome to the club. See ya!